James, welcome to the FE bar, and the power of asking if people are listening. Welcome to the FE bar. What would you like to say?
Good evening.
Good evening.
What would I like to say? Where to start? Well, there's a lot happening at the moment, isn't there?
I know
There's
there is
a lot going on.
It was a good time for a show.
It was. No, I've just been having a browse around, looking at what might be possible, and obviously there is a lot of things that could happen because there's a lot that is unconfirmed at the moment. I think Envision probably stay the same.
Correct. Yes.
Pretty safe bet. Nissan's looking the same. I'm surprised that Porsche haven't confirmed either of theirs. To be completely honest,
it is
very surprised
that they signed them on multi-year deals, but Formula E don't take year to year.
We don't understand that. Honestly,
I don't understand.
I don't understand it either because I was under that impression
Antonio
as well.
will be there next season. There's no question in anyone's mind. I don't even know why they're waiting for Porsche to announce it, because Porsche don't need to announce it.
They're doing their own little thing. We can leave them aside a little bit.
We're gonna get to 3 days out from Valencia, and Formula E you're gonna announce your driver.
So we can fill our little grid, our little circle. Anyway, go on, James.
The one which I would put a question mark on would be what ERT are going to do. I don't see them keep a Sette Camara either, and I agree with you that Tickton would go.
Yep, it's interesting.
And I think, but
why do you think they wouldn't keep Sette Camara? Because I think Sette Camara's done a marvelous job. I don't think he's done a bad job. Why not Sette Camara?
I wouldn't be marvellous. I'd say he's done a good job.
But he's been fine.
He's gonna have a go at me for that.
But what? Why not Sergio?
Because I can see somebody else with probably a little bit more money coming along, and you know what?
Oh, okay.
There's a lot. What small team probably need the extra cash.
Who would you put in that? Who do you think fits that bill?
I think they could probably take a rookie. Okay. So if you're looking at who would be well funded to go into there, and you've got Colapinto, obviously he's doing the job for Williams, but he's not going to be in there next year.
No,
and
with
Williams,
the thing is, it clashes.
Have a good association with them in terms of battery and manufacturing and all that. And Williams have got pockets. Surely it would benefit them to put him in somewhere rather than sidelining him.
Yeah,
that's the sort of place that he would go.
That's a good point.
And if
there is a clash though, Sao Paulo clash with Qatar.
Is it Qatar or the final race of the season in Abu Dhabi? I think it's the final season race in Abu Dhabi. But yeah, there would be a clash there. That is a good point. But he could miss the first race of the season, and they could put a reserve in. Who knows?
I'm saying it's possible because there's a lot of possibilities when you look past what's already gone, and with was it DS Penske? That's pretty much a done deal.
Yeah, we've gone for 100%.
But the one which I'm most surprised about, I'm surprised that Degrassi didn't just walk away. I know it's his thing, but I'm surprised after last year he didn't just call it quits.
I am too, but I just think I'm not saying he's too proud. When you speak to Degrassi like we have, the passion's still in his eyes, right, for Formula E. He's still very passionate about it, and he generally loves it. Yes, the results aren't good, but that's why he's jumping from team to team. I don't know why he left Venturi. I can't remember the reason why he left Venturi.
He left Venturi because Mahindra was supposed to be his little retirement project, and then that went tits up very quick.
Very quick. Because obviously Venturi became Maserati, and Maserati were a half decent side, and he wasn't bad in that season at Venturi. He was good, he was solid. But I just think there's a passion for it. I did interview him and ask him, because he's very political, if he wanted to go into F, but he doesn't. I reckon he'll be some sort of team principal in the future. Where I don't know, could be even be maybe at Lola. I don't know.
I'm talking about Sette Camara. I reckon I would like to see him move over to Lola.
Okay, yeah, I think that would be
if
a
they're
good
going
signing.
to keep if they're absolutely intent on keeping Degrassi, why not take Sette Camara? He would jump over there straight away from ERT.
Yeah.
There would be no questions asked.
Yep.
Yeah, all Brazilian lineup at Lola.
Of course, and I don't see Ticton moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing,
I would like him to move, but I don't see it happening.
I would say ERT. I reckon that they could maybe next season have a shot at Zhou Guanyu. I can't see, obviously, because and you are right, Jack. It is Abu Dhabi that it clashes with. I thought the season ended a week later, but yeah. So the first race of Formula E this season, in season 11, clashed with the final race of the F1 this year, and so yeah, I can see. I think Zhou will come to Formula E, not this season, next season, in season 12, and I think maybe a tie-in with ERT because it's Chinese team, Chinese driver, that might work there. But again, that's not this season, but that's looking forward.
That is something that did cross my mind, but I very strongly question whether he would even be interested or even take a second look at it when you've got, he could potentially go to the States, IndyCar, you've got WEC, you've got IMSA.
I think he might prioritise Formula E because it's more of a World Series and they want to be big in China, so
it's money at the end of the day.
Yeah, and the fact that it's Shanghai.
Money. I reckon for Zhou, whoever pays the most, if IndyCar pays the most, he'll go to Indy.
Well, he's got massive sponsors. He's got massive sponsors.
At the end of the day, he still wants to get paid. It's not about he wants to get paid. So wherever his paycheck would be highest, I reckon he would go. Which is, to be fair, what most people would do, right? That's why people are in football about going to Saudi Arabia, right? It's, you go where the highest paycheck is. So yeah, it's an interesting one. I must admit, it'll be interesting to see what happens over the next couple of weeks, and obviously we'll have a couple of more of these to sort of discuss what happens and if there are any surprises.
The last little thing was going to be, I'm very surprised that Nissan didn't can Fenestraz.
See, I would have kept Fenestraz. Why would you have got rid of him? And I'm not.
Plenty more fish in the sea.
Yeah,
there's plenty more other drivers who could potentially do much better.
I like this. It's like I love everyone's cutthroatness to it. See, why I would have given Sacha, because I think in the first season he proved he was quick, and then for whatever reason, this season didn't go to plan, and then I'd put my arm around him as a team boss and go, look, I believe in you, but next season it has to be like the first season, right? We can't have this again, right? So if you can go back to qualifying on pole, right, in races that he did, getting the fastest laps, fighting for podiums, I'm happy. And he proved that in his first season in Gen 3, so he needs to get back to that. So I'd put an arm around him and say, look, because the speed was there, like he was so quick as a rookie. And he said he went into the season with the wrong mentality, and he's reflected a lot. So I'm like, okay, you've reflected, go again, but he's got to hit the ground running. He can't be a mid-table. He can't be being beaten by Roland. He's got to push Roland. If he doesn't push Roland, then I agree with you. At that point, I get rid of him. But I'd give him another season for that. But I understand your point.
If he's by mid-season, if it's still the same story as last year, there will be a mid-season change. Yeah. I don't think they'll carry on with poor form for very long, because especially if they want to fight right at the top. Because they're looking at potentially fighting with Jaguar and Porsche a bit closer this year.
Yeah.
If they've got one driver who's lacking, how long are they going to stand for that?
Yeah, 100%. And I agree. So that's why I'd put my arm around him and say, look, I believe in you. Go and prove it. Prove me right. And if you don't, then you know what's going to happen, mate. And just make it clear. And he knows, because that's it now. He's only got 1 year left on his contract. So
and that might be the kick up the backside you need just to get it into gear.
Exactly, and I think that's where what will happen. And fingers crossed for Sacha. He's a nice kid. Like, he's a good lad, and I hope it does work out for him. But yeah, it's a tough business, motor racing, as we've seen with Logan Sargent. this week.
Well, it is. They don't mess about, do they?
Yeah,
Doesn't
exactly.
take much.
Doesn't take much. James, absolutely amazing call. Thank you for being a first-time caller and joining the Discord. I'd love to have you on another day, chat about Formula E at some point later down the line.
Absolutely. Cheers.
Cheers.
See you later.
Have a good evening, and we'll speak to you later.